What's up, players? It's Eugene for Epically Geeky Gaming. This is part 2 of my personal history with the Atari 2600. So we're picking it up where we left off yesterday. I was halfway thinking about doing another stream last night. That didn't happen. Ended up playing some games with my boys. But yeah, it was had a good time yesterday, and look forward to having a good time with some more games. I've technically got 7 more Atari games that I personally own, but I'm only going to play 6 of them. One of them I'm specifically holding off on until December because I plan on, in December, talking about and playing games that I remember specifically getting for Christmas presents. So that was my boy's idea. It's a great idea. That's what we're going to go with. So anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and, there's no one in the chat yet, which is fine, but let's go ahead and jump in real quick and start talking about the games. So we are looking at the Atari 2600. Like we talked about yesterday, it was released, the original one, originally it was called the Atari Video Computer System, the VCS, was originally released September 11th, 1977. It wasn't renamed until the 2600 until after the 5200 came out in 1982. I had one of these original ones. Let me go back real quick. I had one of these original ones with the wood grain. And I specifically remember the switches on it, and yeah, I had a lot of fun doing it, but it died on me, and as a result, pardon me, as a result, I ended up getting a Atari 5200, 2600. Listen to me, and I got the what's now referred to as the junior version. Here it is. So we were talking about yesterday, all the controls pretty much are on the system itself. And I won't go back over all that stuff. It's all in on the chat and everything from yesterday. So anyway, so I also still have my original controllers. So I think I've got like 3 of these things. So yeah, just, one joystick, up, down, left, right. And then of course the famous one button. So, and this one's actually, the coloring on it's not bad. It's kind of, it's funny because up there on the top, and I'm sure it's because of where the button is, that part has gotten worn away color wise, but otherwise, it should still work. So I actually fired it up and hooked it up to a television a couple years ago. And the picture looked horrible, but it still worked. And I think it was mainly because of the connector I had. It's an old school connector. So it is what it is. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into our first game. And so our first game here is Demons to Diamonds. This is a really weird game that I owned. Let me grab the cartridge for it here real quick. There we are. So it's the standard Atari cartridge. This was actually made by Sears Telegames. So I guess old Sears was getting involved with video games at that point. So the other interesting thing, Sears Roebuck and Company. So Sears had apparently decided they were going to get into the video gaming industry, and this was one of their offerings. I don't know how many other games they made. I really should look at it. Demons to Diamonds, Super Mega Graphics. Actually never heard of it. This is one of those games that I got, and I don't think anyone else has ever played or, like you said, heard of. Like I said, it was made by Sears Roebuck. The other interesting thing about this game is it doesn't use the normal joystick. It uses the paddle controllers. So if you're unfamiliar with that, they plug into, they have a traditional, let me stop that real quick. It has the traditional serial port on it, but it actually goes out and connects to 2 controllers at once. And so you've got your paddle controller here, and it has a twist knob, and it doesn't spin all the way around, like it does stop. But you've got a twist knob here, and then you've got your one button on the side. And so you would play it like this and twist and hit the button. And what's odd is this is actually kind of a comfortable controller to use. But yeah, this is one of the few games that I had that uses the paddle controllers. In fact, unless I have some other games that specifically use it, and I'll have to look. I don't know if that's the case. Subscan might use it. I'll have to look. This may have been the only thing that I had. So, Luke's Awakening. Sorry, I didn't realize you were live. I wouldn't have called if I did. I'm talking about the number. So, anyway, yeah. So the first game we're going to play is called Demons to Diamonds. This is an odd game. Let's go ahead and get into it real quick here. So, I don't know how well this is going to play with the joystick and not having the paddle controller, but we're going to give it a shot and we're going to see. And there are no achievements for this game because I'm sure everyone's just like, I don't know what this is. Now, because, I'm doing emulation, Luke, and I'm using a non-Atari controller, I can actually use the joystick on this, which actually should work out fairly well for me. But yeah, so if I remember the game correctly, you can play... I think you can play I know you can play one or two players, and one player plays on the bottom, one player plays on the top. And so you'll notice that I've got my red ship. It looks like a ship. It's the cover art looks like a ship. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to zap the enemies that are the same color as my ship. And when I do that, they turn into diamonds, and then I can use my beam again to collect said diamonds to get points. If, on the other hand, I shoot one of the enemy's characters, it turns into a skull. And then the skull will actually fire back at me. I think I can shoot the skulls again. I don't remember. But I do know they eventually go away. So let's give this a shot. And that's the other thing about this is the longer you hold down the button, the longer your beam goes. So that's how I'm able to shoot either a little distance or a long distance. And like I said, I know you can play this 2 players. I'm going to shoot one of these guys just to show you. So see, now I had one of those skulls. Oh, did not mean to do that. Oh. Oh, that sound when you get hit. I forgot about that sound. But see, if you got good at this game, which kind of hard to imagine getting good at this game, you could actually like adjust your shot so you weren't shooting all the way across the screen. But yeah, like I said, it's a weird game. This is one of those games that like we would play for just a little bit, and we're like, okay, I've got my fill of Demons to Diamonds. Boy, I just missed all those. Oh, and now as I forgot about that, as the game goes on, the skulls will actually move. But yeah, if you were playing this 2 players, you would have the other players on the top of the screen firing down onto you. And so there was a little bit of strategy to this because you could technically go ahead and kill one of those and get a skull going so that they would, attack or go after the other team. Did not mean to do that. But see, like, I've got a traveling skull now. And I have no idea, like, how they generate, you know, the demons, as it were. But yeah, that death sound is ingrained into my brain. And then so, like, yeah, you can switch. And I don't know if... And of course, this is a little bit different mode. But yeah, you can't kill the skulls. I thought maybe you could, but obviously you can't. So yeah, this is, like I said, it's just a weird game. I have no idea. I know I didn't buy it. There's no universe where, you know, however old Eugene was at this time, was like, yeah, that's the game I want from Sears, you know, and asked for it. So it's just like, I wonder how I got it. If this was a, you know, my parents purchased it. And it's funny because, like, my dad was... I don't know if he necessarily would have bought any games or whatever. He was never, like... He liked electronic toys and stuff growing up. So, like, model trains, remote control cars, stuff like that. Like, he was the one to go to on that stuff. But as for, like, toys and stuff, my mom was always the one that, like, kept up with stuff, like she knew, like, maybe not all of my Transformers, but she knew a good amount of the Transformers that I owned. And, like, you know, there was very seldom that we got a double of something just because she was really on top of it. And so, like, with my boys, I've been that parent. Does anyone else in chat had that? Like, did anyone else have that growing up? Like, one of your parents was, like, on top of it when it came to games and stuff? Or at least your interest. So your parent was like very much like, you know, maybe mom or dad was the one that was just like, oh no, he has He-Man. He still needs Skeletor and Battle Cat and stuff like that. Whereas, you know, the other parents like, I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what a Battle Cat is. Yeah. Once again, this is another one of those things when I was talking about like Pac-Man. When I was talking about like Pac-Man and that that Hulu series that was on where they made a really weird, disturbing version of Pac-Man. Here's another game we could get a really weird version of. All right, let's check the chat. Let's see here. Luke's Awakening. Boo. Okay, sure enough. There ain't no hating unless you're emulating. I have most of the paddle games. Well, I guess you don't have this one, sir. So I wouldn't. You've just obviously watched me play it. I don't know if I would say run out and grab this one just so you can be like, I have all of the paddle games. But yeah, it's a weird game. It always was, and I have no idea how I came across it. I just know I've always had it. And it was one of those that, like, as you're sitting down playing with friends and you're like, all right, well, yeah, let's play some Atari for now. Like, you know, it's middle of the day. It's too hot or whatever. You throw it in for 5 or 10 minutes and you're like, all right, I'm done. Let's see here. Need this one. Oh, he did say he needs this one. Okay. So, I always shoot all the way across the screen. Everyone has their own generated demons to deal with. Yeah, no joke, man. Everyone has their own demons they're dealing with. Can't hang out. Stupid job. I'll watch more later. All right, Cyrus, I'll talk to you later. So, Trichome, mom, 100%. Yeah, like I said, it was my mom that was the one that was like, she was the one that knew what we had. I'm going to turn this down a little bit real quick. She's the one that knew what we had. That I think maybe too late. And kept up with what all we had and what all we wanted and everything else. So, all right. So that is Demons to Diamonds. So, all right. Let's see here. So, the next game we're going to run with, let's see what I had next on my list here, is, okay. So another series of games. This one actually, I put off playing this one yesterday till I got to, because I was only going to do one more game, because I've got to play this one and the next one together. This is another one I would be interested to see if anyone has ever played this, anyone's ever heard of it, and that is Eggomania. It was produced by U.S. Games, release date 1982. Here's the funny thing. There's no, like, that's as close as I could get. When I did some internet research on this thing, no one, like, it's literally just like, yes, this game came out in 1982. Well, April, May, fourth quarter, anything? No, no one knows. It just showed up. So yeah, it's Eggomania. Now, a couple of things I want to point out about this cartridge. It also uses the paddle controller. So I did remember correctly. I did have at least one more game that uses the paddle controller. But yeah, so here's some interesting things about it. Number one, I mean, it looks like the generic standard cartridge, but if you look closely, I'm actually going to go back over here to camera only just so it's a little easier to see. But if you're looking at it, it actually has these two indentions here on the side, and it has it on both sides here. So that if you're pulling it out of the system, I mean, most people probably grab it like this to pull it out of the system, but you could grab it out like this. It's actually kind of handy. So that is a difference in this cartridge than most of the other ones. The other thing is it also has these two slots. I'll compare it to Demons. Or here, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and compare it to Demons to Diamonds. So, yeah, this is standard, standard game. But yeah, it doesn't have those indents. Oh, it's down here. Yeah, it doesn't have those indents like this one does. And it doesn't have these two cut slots for some reason. I have no idea why. Just it's got to be changes in manufacturing, I guess. So, new to me, I'm intrigued. Yeah, you won't be intrigued once we start playing it. So yeah, this is US Games Eggomania. And that's all the information I could find on it. Let's see here. All right, so let's go over here. Yeah. Eggomania. Okay, so this one also uses the paddle. Once again, very, very simple game. And so you're this little character. You look like it's like you're a blue bear. I'll show you the thing again. We got this blue bear, right? And as you don't catch the eggs from this weird looking bird, it always kind of looked a little bit like, it's kind of close, I guess, because of the coloring. You could almost say maybe it's a turkey. But for whatever reason, you're going back and forth across the screen and you're trying to catch the eggs. And as you drop the eggs, it starts to fill up on the bottom. And I think that's what eventually kills you. So it is multiple players. That's what the select button does. So let's go ahead and get started. And then once again, I can use the joystick to go back and forth. Okay, why does it start doing it? There we go. Oh, and then the turkey bird or whatever dances whenever you miss. And then you can shoot them back at the bird once you collected them. But see, like, it knows you're not going to get over in time and just immediately starts going. But what's funny is, geez, okay. It's like, it's so weird. And like, as it goes by, it kind of changes back and forth. So let's see here. So I'll literally hit the button to start the eggs dropping. And then once I get the, if I collect them all, then I can hit the button to shoot them back at Mr. Turkey, or whatever he is. It's so sensitive. Like, the paddle is basically almost 100% needed for this. But, like, who came up with this idea? Like, okay, we're going to have a game where you're going to collect eggs or whatever, and what's the character? Okay, it's going to be a blue bear. Like, what's the mythos on this? That's what I want to know. As my boys would say, what's the mythology? What's the lore? Got him. And that's it. That's all you're doing is... All right, let's see here. New to me, I'm intrigued. Luke's Awakening, there was no consistency in those older carts. They're all so different, it seems. Oh, yeah, like, it's crazy. Lego My Eggomania. Yeah, no joke, man. Like, you would have thought maybe that would have been like a cool thing they could have done with, like, you know, because obviously I just literally played a game that was done by Sears Roebuck. Yeah, why didn't they get into this or something? Epic Lion. Well. Yes, well. You got egg on your face. Yeah, I'm about to get it all over the place here in a second whenever I keep missing. And I vaguely want to remember that maybe as time goes by and it gets harder, or maybe that's a different mode, that instead of having a wide ranging, like, you know, a wider bucket or whatever on my head, that it got smaller. But I may be misremembering that. So this is going to be the last time, I'm sure. Yep. Can you imagine how, like, if you had this, if you, like, if we were one of those weird kids that was just like, this is my jam. This is the game I'm playing all the time. This would have driven, as an adult, this would have driven me insane. So... yeah, that's Eggomania. I'm not going to keep playing it because, like I said, that I've literally shown you everything there is to this game. You can change the players, and that's about it. So, all right, let's get out of here. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Okay. So that was Eggomania, produced by US Games, which I'm just like, okay, that's kind of a generalized topic, or generalized name, which brings us to another game that, for whatever reason, I got, also produced by US Games, called Gopher. Apparently, their whole thing was, I guess, animals to some extent. So here we are. We got Gopher, made by US Games for the Atari 2600. This one says use with a joystick, which is odd because it's a lot of the same type of mechanic. That's why I was a little confused. I couldn't remember if I still had, or, you know, what all games I had for the paddles, but yeah, so Gopher. Okay. And so here's the one other piece of information that I found. US Games was a subsidy of the Quaker Oats Company. And I'm just like, what? Yeah, so apparently one of their companies that they own, a subsidy of this, they decided, just like Sears Roebuck, hey, we're going to get into this video game fad. Which makes me wonder why some of the like some things did get into it eventually. Like everyone remembers, if you remember the Burger King games that they released on like Xbox or whatever. So I wonder if some of those people were just like, yeah, we got to get into this. We got to have something or whatever. And there's probably some older people that, you know, still work at some of these companies who are just like, no, we did that back in the 80s. That was a horrible play for us. We're not doing that again. I can see that happening somewhere in some boardroom. So, but yeah, this is another game by US Games. It's also very odd, weird. Let's go over here. So, yeah. And for use with the Atari Video Computer System or Sears Video Arcade. That's intriguing. What is the Sears Video Arcade? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. If anyone in chat knows what they're talking about, was it just a rebranded 2600 that Sears like made and branded themselves? Because that would be interesting. Part of me wants to like stop the stream right now and go look that up. Let's see, Trichome Law. I love things like that. The 80s were awesome. That's one way to put it, Trichome. All right, so let me go and get started with Gopher. Of these two games by US Games, I actually preferred this one. Okay, so in this one, you've got 3 carrots that you're trying to protect, and you play as the farmer. And so you're going left and right. Let's say, Luke's Awakening. The Sears console was a Sears branded 2600. Okay, that's what I thought it was. So are those like harder to find? Like, can you find those places, or is that just like kind of lost to history? Like that would be really interesting to find if you could. 2600 clone confirmed. All right, cool. Yeah. I've never seen one. I've never ever seen a Sears console. Next time I go to Classic Game Fest here in Texas, in Austin, when they have it, I may have to look around and just ask. If nothing else, I bet I could stump a bunch of people and be like, hey, do you have a Sears console you're willing to sell? So I have a Sears Pong variant. Oh, that's cool. Oh, they're not hard to find. Okay, I've just never seen one. Of course, I've never really gone to look for one either. So that's it. Yeah, that's interesting. I had no idea about that. So, all right. So on this game, there's a couple of different games, 1 to 4 games. But anyway, you play as the farmer, and the Gophers are going back and forth underneath. And as they go back and forth, they continue to cause the tunnel to get larger and wider and wider. And then they'll eventually start to dig up. And what you have to do as the farmer is you have to basically tap down on the tunnel. But if they dig all the way up, they will run across and try to get your carrots, and then you have to try to kill them with the spade as well. So here we go. Oh, I thought maybe I could. There we go. Oh, I was lucky just then. Got him. Like, how do you go about writing the algorithm for, you know, a gopher? Like, and I like how they feel the need to jump up and stick their tongue out at you before they run over to get your carrots. Like, this just seems like the type of game that you would see like on an old school sitcom. I know I've talked about this. Got him. On an old type, you know, an old timey sitcom, because they were like, oh, they're the kids playing video games, and it was just like the most random sound effects. It always drove me insane as a kid that I was just like, that's what people think video games are. It's just this random amount of sound. Ah, he got me. That guy was on it. Oh, come on. All right, so then the bird flew by just now, and I caught his egg, I guess. Oh, come on. Down to 1. And I managed to get one of my carrots back. So yeah, that's Gopher. I preferred playing this game over Eggomania just because the control on it is a lot better. Now, granted, I'm also once again using a newer controller. But it was based on it used the normal joystick as compared to the paddle controller, and it just seemed like it was so much more accurate. Now, granted, I say that I'm not using a paddle controller here, nor do I want to look into how to try to hook up a paddle controller somehow or another. Man, talk about like a rabbit hole I would have to go down for hours. Probably be like, all right, I need a serial adapter that was going to work and have to do the pin out, and it would be crazy. But yeah, that's Gopher from US Games for the Atari 2600. So, all right, let's see here. Oh, let me get it out of that real quick. What's funny is this game is causing this popping sound. I don't know if y'all are hearing it. I'm hearing it in my headphones, but so there we go. We're out of that. Okay. So I've got 3 games left. Let's see what the next one was I had set up. Centipede. So here we go. We've got a well-known classic. We've basically have been out in the outer edges of weirdom, as it were, for video games, at least for the 2600. So now we're back to one that everyone knows. All right. So here we go. Here's my OG copy of Centipede. Released March of 1983. Has 2 leftover sprites from Galaxian, the player's ship, and the alien's diagonal sprite. I guess I've never noticed it. I just noticed, and I was just looking for interesting facts to talk about whenever I was doing this, going to do the show. But yeah, I'm going to be very honest with you. I suck at Centipede. So this is not going to go well. This may go really, really fast. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it real quick. So there we go. Centipede. Oh, so there are 24 achievements. Oh, you know what I noticed also just now? Yeah, there were no achievements for either of the U.S. games. And I don't think there were achievements for Demons to Diamonds because I bet they were too obscure for anyone to even know or probably care that, to even create achievements for it. So Luke's Awakening, I'm better at Millipede than Centipede. Yeah, I'm not great at either one of them. I like them, but I've just never been really good at them. So, all right, let's see how badly I mess this up. The problem with it is I ran right into this stupid spider. You get closer and closer to the bottom here, and they just get so freaking fast. Got it. Shut up, spider. Talk about a time you really need turbo on a Atari controller. How do we feel about this as a port of Centipede? I think this is a decent port for the 2600. But I'm probably also not the best person to ask. Oh man, he came right at me. I got an achievement for that. That was nice. Come on, one more. Got it. Man, the spider keeps killing me more than anything else. Oh, that one came right at me. All right, we're going to try this one more time. Got it. Okay, that was my fault. I went right into him at that time. Oh, I can just hold down the button? Okay, forgot about that. I guess, so what happens if, like, I've forgotten. What happens if I had, like, moved up and let the centipede go by underneath me? Does it, like, eventually come back? Like, does it start back up top again? Whoa, guess I'm about to find out. There we go. Oh, shoot, I didn't move up. And also, what is with the glowing pegs, dots, what do we want to call them? Oh, come on. Okay, so it does go back up. All right, I think that's enough of that. So, it's a great port, all things considered. Okay. Oh, hey, Cyrus is back. So yeah, Cyrus, you definitely got to go back and look at some of the other games that I've played. This is this is a mainstay game that everyone knows. But two of the games that I played after you left were Eggomania and Gopher. Both made by U.S. Games, a subsidy of the Quaker Oats company. But also, I didn't know about this, and reading it on the bottom of Gopher, it said, it said on the information here, let's go back up to that real quick. It said on the bottom down there, yeah, system for the Atari video computer system or the Sears Video Arcade. I didn't know that there was such a thing. And the guys were telling me in the chat that, yeah, that was a fairly common thing, and it's not that hard to come by. I've never actually seen one in person, so I may have to go ask for one. I just want to see one. I don't necessarily want to own it. I just think it would be awesome to actually see because I've never actually seen one, so at least not that I know of. But anyway, yeah, so that's Centipede. So the next game is an odd one. It's Subscan. Well, I don't have either of those games. So yeah, and they were done by they were done by U.S. Games. So yeah, they had to have been. I almost guarantee I got those games at a Sears at some point. So, all right, but here we go. We got Subscan. This game confused the hell out of me just because growing up, number one, it is so different. At least the cartridge shape is. So going back to Demons and Diamonds, which is a standard Atari. We're going to switch back over here real quick to camera only. Standard cartridge for the Atari 2600, right? it's the same size, but it has these ridges that run on the side and all the way around the back. And it's very clearly stamped Sega on the back of this thing. And so I was always confused as a kid. I'm like, is this an Atari 2600 game? Like, I almost wondered, before knowing what I know now, as an adult, that you can't just put any game into any system and it'll work. I had always wondered, I was like, is this game supposed to be for a different console? But yeah, obviously not. So, but yeah, this is Subscan. I can't remember. I want to say this one is, I can't remember if you use the joystick or you use the paddles on this one. Doesn't say. I would assume it would say if it was a paddle controller, because most of the time it did that. So, and then the only information that I found on it when I was looking it up online was no explanation why your ship explodes when you let 10 subs by. Yeah, like you're on it. You're a sub and you're a ship up top, apparently crewed by robots, and you're like dropping bombs to try to destroy submarines. We'll get into it here in a second. And once you get enough of them that go by, all of a sudden you just explode, and it's just like, okay, game's over, I guess. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta click this. All right, so there we go. Subscan. Achievement cannot be identified. So yet another game that are just like, I have no idea what the hell this is. We're not making achievements for it. You're on your own, guy. There was a Sears Atari and a Sears Intellivision. Oh, I didn't know there was an Intellivision as well. So it's crazy. Ribbed free pleasure. Yeah, it is. So it feels good when you're taking it out in and out of the console. It makes it nice and easy to grab onto. I think some of the Activision carts had ridges and stuff like that. My next game actually does as well. The last game I'm going to play today, but we'll get to that in a second. So anyway, so here is Subscan by Sega in 1982. And so depending on which way you go. So if you go left and you hit the button, then you will eject your depth charges on the left. If you are moving right and hit the button, not close enough on that one. All right. Let's see if I can get these depth charges on this guy. Got him. Got it. Oh, I missed him. And then occasionally you get this yellow, green, whatever sub. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Not really sure what happened. Not really sure what the deal was, but... Am I going to get these? Yeah, I got them. Okay. Got it. But I like how you've got this... you got this map on the bottom here that tells you... I don't know if I'm going to get this guy or not. Nope, I don't think I got this guy. All right. But yeah, that's what this is. That's all this game is just trying to sync subs. Not sure why your robot ship is destroying subs that are going back and forth, but you know what? Why not, right? And so I've kind of mentioned this before on, talking on the show and stuff about the Atari 2600. I mean, like I said, I don't want to dunk on this system. It was a great system. I loved it as a kid. Got it. Sweet. But because most of the games were not games that you could really beat for the most part, at least the ones that I owned, I always would just play them for a while and have fun with them. And then that was it. Like, it was like, okay, well, it's time to go outside and do something else. Yeah, that's not annoying or anything. I think that one's going to get him. Got it. But I'm trying to, like, if you look at the score on the bottom, like, how many have I let by? I don't know. But now it was 10 and something else. Danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Oh, I missed that one. Is that one going to hit? Nope. Oh, I missed that one too. 8, 2, 7. Okay, so I guess the number on the left represents how many subs I can let go still without it killing me. Oh, barely missed that one. Come on, get it, get it, get it. Ah, got it. Okay. Okay, so the number on the right just went up with the other sub that I just killed. I thought I've killed more than 3 though. Am I wrong about that? That one's gonna get by. Oh, missed it. Okay. It's not gonna be good. Fire death charges. And I missed another one. So I'm down to 4. 4 and 3. But see, I just killed another one. Why didn't the number go up then? Okay, come on, come on, come on. Is it gonna hit? Okay, got it. But once again, my number on the right didn't go up, so I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, that wasn't good. Come on. Ah. Cripes. Okay, good. I finally got it. Oh, this is going to be close. I don't know if I'm going to get this one or not. Come on, get it, get it, get it. All right, got it. Nope, I'm going to miss that one. Oh, and that one was right past that one. Got that one. Nope, I'm not going to make that one. I'm not going to make that one. Okay, got that one. is that one gonna hit? Is that one gonna hit? Yep, got it. Okay. Because I'm down to 1 at this point. Maybe that's an episode we should, if if you're still watching, maybe that's an episode we should do. The main show is come up with twisted animated versions of, nope. Oh, got it. Okay. Of old Atari games. Ah, nope. Game over. And then I died. So, let's see here. These kind of games are more appealing to me as I've gotten older. I wanted nothing to do with them once I got an NES, but they definitely came back around to me. Yeah, absolutely, dude. And that's going to be a heavy thing I'm going to talk about in December is what happened when I got my NES. So these games appeal to you once you reach the get off my lawn phase. Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, because I can see this one. This is one for the older. The uncles and the grandpas were probably the ones that were like, I'm all about this game. Maybe that Atari system ain't so bad after all. But yeah. All right. So I've got one more game I wanted to play. One more game that I still own. Going back here is Burgertime. And so once again, we're going to do a comparison of a classic Atari console, a cartridge. There we go. Actually, let me go back to camera only just so everyone can see. There we go. Yeah, so there's our standard Atari cartridge. And then you compare it to this thing. And then once again, it was like, is this for the right system? Did mom get me the right game? So yeah, it's thinner than a normal cartridge is. It's got ridges here on the front. The front of it actually has a slant to it. And then, yeah. And then, so it's kind of hard to see, but you can see it. It says M Network kind of stamped into the plastic there. So, once again, as a kid, when you get older, you start to look at stuff a little differently, things start to make sense. It's like, oh, the reason why the, Zelda cartridge is gold colored is because that was a thing that was, also kind of, awesome. But then like as a kid, you're just like, oh, this doesn't look like the rest of them. Like, doesn't it have to be the same to be, to work on the system? But obviously not. So, yeah. So let's see here. So Burgertime, U.S. release date, August 1983. Original Japanese title was Hamburger. And the reason why, and I didn't understand this either. I kind of get why they're hot dogs chasing you, because hamburgers, hot dogs, okay. But I was always like, why is there an egg? That always confused the hell out of me. Why is there an egg chasing the hamburger guy? And it's because in Japan, fried egg is a common burger topping. Now, granted, it's also a common burger topping here, depending on where you're at. But yeah, like apparently it's very popular over there, and so that's why it has that. Something else I just realized is it literally says Burgertime right there on the front, but there's no main art on this cartridge, and I know for a fact it hasn't been peeled off or anything. So yet another big difference between a standard Atari cartridge and this cartridge. So, Super Mega Graphics Burgertime is a Mattel game. That's why it's in Intellivision cart design. There you go. So I just learned something today, folks. So, eggs are delicious on burgers. Yes, they are. Absolutely, they are. The only reason I don't, man, it's messy though. Like, I love to make burgers. I've got a Blackstone, and let me tell you, dude, that's my new religion is the fucking Blackstone, because you can make some freaking awesome food on that thing. And I don't think the rest of my family would necessarily eat a fried egg on it, but I sure as hell would, because it's delicious. My standard go-to though, whenever I make burgers for the family, is bacon. I mean, why not? Like it's a couple of dollars, divided up between the rest of the family. Why not have bacon on the burger? Like that's pretty much standard now when I make burgers here at the house. So, I'm going to go ahead and warn y'all as well on this one. I'm not great at this game. But I can get okay once I kind of get warmed up on it. That being said, it's probably not going to go well, but like, if you know me personally, like, burgers are my go-to food. Like, if when you ask someone if you had to eat the same thing over and over and over again, what would it be? My answer is burgers. Now, as long as you can change it up a little bit. Like, if it had to be the exact same burger over and over again, especially as I've gotten older, yeah, that's not really doable. But just there's so much stuff that you can do with a burger. I freaking love them. And when I say burger, I mean it's cheeseburger. Like, that's automatically implied, right? Now, if you don't do cheese, that's fine. That's on you. But yeah, like if I'm doing a burger, there better be at least one slice of cheese on there. When I make burgers at home, I usually do a slice of American because you have that good meltiness. So if you're a cheese snob and you're like, American, you know what? You do you. But usually a slice of American and then a slice of either cheddar, or I'll do Monterey Jack. I like that as well. If you get saucy, you can put all three of it on there. So, but yeah, so we've got burger time coming up here. Before we get started, we'll check the chat. Ruffles also have ridges. Yes, they do, Luke. The end on that bad boy. Burger time is Mattel. Okay, so Syed said that already. It's intelligent. Eggs are delicious on burgers. Yep, 100%. Now I want a sausage, egg, and cheese. Absolutely. So let me ask y'all this before I get started on this. So my boys like to make fun of me all the time. The economy is not great right now. And of all of the fast food restaurants, the one that's closest to me that seems to get my order right and not like goof around and like have a bunch of problems, and you can actually get a decent meal for a decent price, is McDonald's. And so, but my boys are constantly like, I'm like, listen guys, it's getting near the end of the month, haven't got paid yet, we're gonna eat out, needs to be kind of cheap. They're like, some McDonald's. I'm just like, why y'all like this? Like, there ain't nothing wrong with no McDonald's. But when it comes to McDonald's breakfast, like, I am firmly in the camp of sausage and cheese biscuit. Like, I am a sausage cheese biscuit all the way. My wife prefers the McMuffin, and I've just never been a McMuffin guy. Like, I get it. I know it's like kind of one of the things they're also known for, but man, their biscuits are great. I freaking love a McDonald's biscuit. If you want to get saucy, every so often I'll get a what are they called? The McGriddle. McGriddles are friggin' awesome too. So says a boy who likes to eat. Let's see here. Now you need to get good. I love a good olive burger. Maybe throw jalapeno slices on there too. Yep. See, I have a hard time. I haven't issues with indigestion, and I also don't do a lot of heat. I love the taste of jalapeno, like jalapeno chips. Love them. In fact, Miss Vicky's just came out, like, the normal size bag of chips, just came out with a sour cream and like herb and onion chip, which is fantastic. But otherwise, when I go to get a Miss Vicky's bag, the jalapeno ones are the kettle cooked ones are so good. I love those chips. What? All right, I'm jumping past that one, so I'm not sure what you meant there. Bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Yep, those are good. I like the croissants at BK2. They have an awesome, enormous breakfast burrito. Okay, the problem I have with Burger King is the one I have here that next to my house takes forever to get you your food. Like, I've almost been like not had enough time to eat lunch because it's taken so long. And it's not like I'm waiting in a line that's all the way around the building. I don't know what the hell's going on there. They just take forever. But it seems like most of the fast food restaurants here where I live, at least on my side of town, no one knows how to run a freaking restaurant anymore. Like, I understand they may be having a hard time, getting staff or whatever, but like, it's ridiculous. I've literally gone into some places and just been like, can you just cancel my order? Like, I've run out of time. This is ridiculous. But that's a whole other show and a whole other story. We're playing some Burgertime right now. So here we go. And see, that was one of the other things about this game is this game just jumps right in. Like, that's it. Okay, so maybe y'all can help me out here. We've got hot dog going down the center there. And we've got French fry following him. I'm assuming the white flapping thing here is egg from the box art. Oh man, I missed it. What is this red flapping thing? Is it, I always thought is it ketchup? Like, I don't know. Is that supposed to be ketchup? No, I'm going to have to go this way. No, why did you turn that way? Why did it shoot my salt off to the right? I was facing to the left. Arg. Music cut out on me here. It's like, what's going on? I missed it. I couldn't quite get all the way over there to... get up here and finish this last one. So how do we feel about this one as a how do we feel about this one as a port? I always thought this was a great port. To me, this is Burgertime when I played it. I never owned it on the NES or anything. So like when I wanted to play Burgertime, it was either in the arcade or it was this. I don't know if I'm going to get credit for that one. Nope, I didn't. He wasn't down far enough. Because if I remember correctly, if you can get it to drop with one of the bad guys on top of it, it actually goes down 2 levels instead of just 1. This would be another interesting game to see, like a messed up... there goes 1, 2. Yeah, it went down 2. So yeah, it definitely helps if you can get the bad guys on the bun whenever it goes down. Gonna go up here. Let's see if we can get the red thing that no one knows what it is. See if we can finish this one off. I have another question, and maybe it's different in the arcade than it is here. But like I was talking about when we were playing Pac-Man, I know in Pac-Man the different ghosts have different ways that they move about. So like some of them actively follow Pac-Man, some of them actively run away from Pac-Man, so on and so forth. Is that the same here? Like, does the hot dog work a certain way? Does like the French fry do something different, or is it all just they're pretty much keyed up to just immediately follow the guy? Intellivision version is better. Once again, I never had an Intellivision. I think I have the Intellivision set up on this. Ooh, that was close. But I don't know if I've got Intellivision set up on my system here. And if I don't, I need to correct that. Yeah, got them. Got all 3 of them at once. Whoa! Dang it. That sucked. I got set up on that one. Nope. This is going downhill really quick. This map is kind of getting my... Now how... I was on a different level. Screw you. Yeah, take that. Oh, it didn't go all the way down. I thought it was going to go down another level. Okay, I got them both. See, this one's hard because you've got this part over here that's kind of out by itself. Is there like a, and also, is there like a preferred way of going about doing this? Like, is there like a game theory that, hey, when you play this game, you realize you're supposed to like go after one burger at a time? Or do you just keep, always start at the top, always work to the bottom? Like, I've always just kind of like started at the top, and because, you know, as you hit one, you get that combo effect of it dropping down to the next level. So to me, that always just made sense. Well, you definitely want to start at the top if you can, because it's the most efficient way to go. Take care of you, French fry. Ah, I missed it. Let's see if I can get this French fry real quick. Nope, he ran out. Kind of need to get up there because I only got 3 salts to use. Or is it pepper? It makes more sense if it's pepper. But it's white on the screen, so, you know, as a kid, I'm just like, oh, it's salt. No, I think it's technically pepper. All right, let's finish this one off. Oh, no, I got that other side over there. I forgot about that. Okay. Run, run. The media's coming. Does anyone else remember that joke? That was... I probably should have gotten hit with that one. And see, I probably shouldn't have gotten hit by that one. That one sucked. Oh, I should have stopped on that one. Knock both of those guys out. There we go. Oh, that kind of sucked. How come that one didn't get him? I'm over here. I'm just going to finish this one. I got a lot of food in hot pursuit. Boom! All 4. Hell yeah. Eat that hot dog. All right, so we got all the ones cleared off on this side. I probably should have stopped to get the hot dog. Go up, go up, go up. Got them both. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, I was right there. I think the hot dog is stuck. That's what she said. I shouldn't have run back across. Yep, I died. That was all right. That was an all right run, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. It's kind of scary. And television version is better. It's good, but it's better on television. Yeah. Zim Zam Zoom. Okay. Why is the wiener pursuing you? Hey, dude. I mean, wiener's gonna wiener, man. to tear off from or to go off from our other shirt. What a ripoff! Collision detection has no chill. Yeah, no joke. I have no idea how to play this game. LOL. I'm okay. So one more question about this game. I know, like, of course, Pac-Man and Donkey Kong are games that like they play at high levels, trying to beat it and everything. Is this game one of those that like people are all about playing and like trying to beat and everything else, or try to get an absolute high score? Like, is this? I guess what I'm trying to ask is this a competition level game? I think it should be. It's a fun game. I like it. Unless there's maybe like no strategy for like how everything moves. Maybe everything just moves independently, and it's just, to me, makes even more sense because with Pac-Man, there's a consistent rhythm as to how things work and everything, and so you can figure it out and keep going. Salt and pepper, yeah. There you go. You're assaulting them. Boom. That's a good one, Trichome. Good one. Wiener's gonna wiener. You heard it here first. Yes, you did. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day on this one. I've been going for over an hour. So, and like I said, I technically have one more, let me pull up the chat, game that on the Atari 2600 that I'm not going to play yet because it is the game that I have the most, distinct memory of when it came to Christmas time. I will go ahead and show you what it is, though, because it's also special in another way. Yeah, it is an Activision game. So, whatever your thoughts and feelings on Activision, it is an Activision game. And it is the last Atari game that I ever got on the Atari 2600. And it is Ghostbusters. And yeah, this is the last game that I got for the Atari 2600 for use with the Atari video computer system. So once again, like, that was something I didn't realize, but it was literally written on all my cartridges. But just growing up, I knew it as the 2600. I never realized it was called the VCS, until as I was an adult. So, but yeah, like I said, this is the last Atari game that I got. I'm going to talk about that story whenever December rolls around. It's also interesting because it is also signed by the programmers. Their names are eluding me right now. I've got to go back and do the research on that. But I have met these gentlemen at several different conventions, in particular Classic Game Fest. They still make Atari games, and they still sell Atari games. Like, you can buy the cartridges from them at their booth. They love sitting down and talking about all the old games they made, to include this one. So, of course, dressed as a Ghostbuster, I had to bring my Atari game to them and ask them if they would sign it. And they were like, oh, yeah, absolutely. They didn't even charge me for it. Like, they're super chill, super awesome guys. But yeah, so I have a signed copy by the programmers of Ghostbusters for the Atari 2600. So we did an episode. In fact, once I get my computer upgraded here in the next month or so, I need to have on. We had on the creative show. We had Jesse Sosa, who is he works for. Oh God, I'm blanking on the name of the game that makes Borderlands and stuff. Gearbox. He works for Gearbox, and he was one of the main programmers. He did all the set dressing and stuff on everything for the Ghostbusters, the video game, the 2009 game. That's like the gold standard when it comes to Ghostbuster games. He offered to come on one of our shows and like talk about the game and stuff. And once I get my computer upgraded and stuff, I'm definitely going to reach out to him and see about doing that, because I think that would be an awesome thing. It's one thing to have him talk about, oh yeah, like when you're in the lobby and stuff of or in the main area in Ghostbusters or whatever, like I was trying to find stuff to put in there, like the Ghostbusters 2 sign and that type of stuff. And I think it would be so, like, really crazy in order like to actually run around and play the game with him actually talking about it. I've got it, like I said, I've got to get that nailed down sometime, because that would be frigging awesome. So, so yeah, that's going to be the show for now. I'm off tomorrow as well. I think most people are, because it is a holiday here in the United States. It's Veterans Day. And so I may set up and play games tomorrow. I don't know. We're going to see. If I do, I will be moving on to the next console that I owned, which, almost giving away the whole NES story, is my Nintendo Entertainment System. And so I'll be going through and playing some of the NES games that I do personally own. So can't wait. Let's go ghost busting. Let's go. No, other Ghostbusters, Cyrus. Other Ghostbusters. Speaking of Cyrus, thanks to everyone who joined me in the chat. Super Mega Graphics 64, Trichome, Luke's Awakening. Let's see here. Scrolling back through here. Trichome, Luke's Awakening. May have just been you three. Oh, I know my boy jumped in here at one point. So, but yeah. Thanks for everyone who joined me on the chat. I got to thinking about it as I started doing this. I was just like, I took today off, but I don't know if other people have. I don't know how many people I'm going to be having, watch the show. So I'm so glad y'all joined me for it though. So, and I got to show y'all some games that y'all have never actually known or played or whatever. So yeah. Seriously though, we've got to figure out a time that we can go to like Classic Game Fest, maybe even this next year. And then you could look and see if you could find copies of it if that was something you were down for. So, it's such a fun con. It's so well done. It's so awesome. But yeah, so thanks for joining me in the chat. Let's see here. Scroll down here real quick. Yeah, there we go. And to end the show, as always, you can check us out at epicallygeeky.com, where you can find all the shows we do, including the Epically Geek Show, Marginally Geeky, Creatively Geeky, Sustainably Geeky, EG Live, and EG Gaming. And then if you want to support us, you can always go to our store at TeePublic and order one of the shirts to include. I haven't ordered it yet, but I've got to get my copy of my Be Kind Rewind shirt specifically for this show. So, but you notice I didn't have to rewind on any of these games. Of course, I don't know really what the point it would be to rewinding on these games, but anyway, it is what it is. For everyone on the site and everyone in the chat, have a good night.